Hi guys. Okay, so today I am talking about the charts. I am getting a lot of questions about the different charts. Okay, so there's three main charts that I use, and just to give you an idea, give me one sec, let me go get my binder. The first chart you're going to need is your lean chart, which is your lean meats. There's three categories. So this is where you start. When you're about to make your lean and green, you have to pick a meat. I would pick a meat first. My first few weeks, I didn't really mix up the meats because I didn't want to like confuse if I was eating some chicken, some shrimp, how many healthy fats. It's okay, guys. I know this isn't going to be the rest of your life, but you're on a plan and you want to drop weight as quickly as possible. So just follow it. So basically you'll see there's three categories. I'll put the chart up on the screen. So there's your leanest, your leaner, or wait. Yeah, leanest, leaner, and your lean. Okay, so that top category you'll see will be more of like your seafoods, like your fish and your shrimp. So if you eat from the top category, okay, that top category, you can have 2 healthy fats. Okay, we're gonna go over that later, but we're just sticking to the meats. So top category, 2 healthy fats. If you eat from that middle category, which you see will be your chickens and other meats on the list, you can have 1 healthy fat. And now if you go to that bottom area, which are not, I mean, they're just lean meats, you can't have any healthy fats. So don't get that confused, because I think I had a client was eating salmon and then she didn't realize where it was on the chart, and she realized that she couldn't have any healthy fats. So pick your meat first. Don't just go making that recipe or cooking whatever you pick your meat and set a plan. Okay, today I'm gonna eat chicken. So try to figure out what's your healthy fats. Now we always have this in the kitchen. This is a binder with all of my charts. So the next really important chart you want to have is your vegetable chart. I'm gonna put that on the screen as well, but I'm just gonna pull it out for you just like this. But I have it in here in the little divider sheets or whatever, but you're gonna see that it's color coded and it's green is your lowest carbs. So if you're eating something that's colored green, it doesn't have as many carbs in it. All the vegetables are okay that are on the list, but sometimes where you're trying to like do a little push, try to lose a lot of weight in a week, you want to stay with your lowest carb vegetables. But I'm not saying you can't eat the others. Now your middle color, like the tannish, is your moderate carbohydrates. They have the moderate carbs, and then your red ones are the highest carbs. So let's say you're eating broccoli, which I eat a lot. So if you're eating broccoli, just understand that's in the highest carb, which is okay. And if you're eating, let's say your lettuce, your iceberg lettuces and things like that, you'll notice that those are in your greens, like your mustard greens, different things like that. Those are not as high in carbs as the other greens. Now, something important to notice, like let's take an example, okay? Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick if I sound a little nasally. But we eat green beans a lot. Now, green beans is in the red category. But you see here it says cooked from canned variety and cooked from fresh variety. If you know you ain't got no fresh green beans, you're not in the fresh variety, okay? You're in the canned variety, which is okay because you get to eat more anyway. Then you want to move over to where it says grams, and it also says OZ for ounces. I tell all my clients, stay away from cups. Let me just tell you this. The amount of things we can fit in a cup leaves so much room for error. You want to measure in ounces, okay? So I always go all the way over and say green beans, 2.38 ounces, period. I don't even look at the cups because that could be a little misleading. So after you pick that meat, you're gonna come to your vegetable chart and you're gonna pick your vegetable and you're gonna go all the way across to the ounces, and that's gonna tell you how many ounces you're gonna be able to have, right? Now, the next chart can kind of get confusing for some, but it's your healthy fat options. Now for me, guys, I don't eat avocado. I don't eat many other healthy fats. So I kind of stick to the dressings. But you'll also see, and I'll put this up on the screen, that beside the salad dressing healthy fat options, let me just hold this up. There's also another healthy fat options at the bottom of this chart, and I'm going to link all of these charts below. But on your healthy fat options, what you see, and if you listen, if you're just starting program and this seems overwhelming, it's not. It's just because I'm breaking it all down. So far we've done the meat and then the veggies and then the healthy fat. It's not that big of a deal. It's everything broken down. Okay, so let's start. There's healthy fat options. Like if you want oils, most of the time it's 1 teaspoon, not table, it's a teaspoon. You can even have a tablespoon of light mayo. Like let's say you're eating like a turkey sandwich, but you just want to wrap it with the lettuce. You could have 2 servings of lettuce in ounces. You could have 1 serving of tomatoes, and then you could have your lean turkey, and then you could do 1 tablespoon of light mayonnaise, and boom, that's a lean and green ready to go. Just measure out your turkey, measure out your 2 servings of lettuce and your 1 serving of tomatoes. You have that 1 tablespoon of healthy fat, and then you're good to go. And I think, let's see, your turkey, depending on how many healthy fats you can have. But if you want to cook fish, we've done fish, and let's say you want, my husband will do light margarine, and he'll do 1 tablespoon. So he'll saute the fish in 1 tablespoon of margarine just to give it a little bit of flavor. So that's already 1 healthy fat. But then whenever we eat it, we can also have like some ranch. And what I do is for the dressings, when I'm eating just regular salads, I like to stay in the category where you see it says 2 tablespoons and 1 tablespoon. I like to stay in the one where it says 2 tablespoons, because if you pick any dressing from that category, you can have 2 tablespoons that equals 1 healthy fat. So you could have 2 tablespoons of dressing and 1 tablespoon of butter, just to give you an example. And that'll be 1 complete lean and green for you to eat. But healthy fats are not an option. You have to have it if you pick a meat that allows you to have a healthy fat. So just to get that out the way, if you're allowed to have a healthy fat, you have to eat your healthy fats. Don't skip out on the healthy fats. That's very important. Okay, and then I think there's also condiments. So your coach probably already told you, but you're allowed 3 condiments. Now, you don't want to eat your 3 condiments every day. This is just to give yourself a little bit of leeway. My first week, I didn't do any, like my first month, I think it wasn't even until my husband started playing that I really started using the condiments to kind of like do different recipes to make this more of like a lifestyle. But you're allowed 3. You don't want to use all 3 every time. Healthy fats, you have to have. Condiments, you don't want to do all your condiments all the time. But this is also a sheet where it says dairy, baking, like things you would have, and flavor enhancers. There's also fresh herbs, I don't know how you say that. Spices, like if you want to put sauce, a lot of people use the different sauces. Like if you make a pancake in the morning and you want to use some sugar-free syrup, you could come on here to see the sugar-free syrup, and it'll tell you how much you could use. If you want to use sugar-free ketchup with one of your fuelings, you can use that. But if you already use the syrup, then you use the ketchup. If your food is seasoned and already prepared with 2 condiments, you can't use those condiments in the morning. So don't get that confused. You can only have 3. And if it were up to me, I would try to stay under 3, or every other day have 3. I wouldn't have 3 like all the time unless you really need it to get you through, because at least you're sticking to the plan. But there's another chart within here, is the condiment chart, which also has the healthy fat options at the bottom. And again, I'll link that in the description, and I'll also put those up on the chart. So just to try to regroup, we have the meat chart, the veggie chart, the healthy fats, and the condiments. So there's 4 main charts that you really need. And again, I'll link those in the description for you. But if you have those charts, it kind of will get you through. And like when you're making your veggies, even your lean and greens, just measure everything in ounces. Your condiments are a little different because you'll need the little teaspoons and things like that to measure. But your healthy fats, not your healthy fats, sorry, your veggies and your lean meat, measure in ounces. Don't play around in those cups. Like there's just too much room for error. Like for error, a cup of cucumbers could be totally different than you measuring the amount of cucumbers you're supposed to have. So just keep that in mind, and remember, everything is color coded for you so you could know how many carbs are the higher carb, lower carb ones. Like I say, all of these vegetables are approved But that's just in a nutshell all the charts. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below and then I'll make a video or I'll answer them in the comments. So thank you guys. Have a good day and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.